Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
New this evening, the suspect in the shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh that happened earlier today has been identified as Robert Bowers. Authorities say Bowers opened fire during a baby naming ceremony this morning. The official who identified the suspect says Bowers is in his 40s. Authorities say 6 people, including 4 police officers, were injured and several people were killed. The synagogue is located about 10 miles from downtown Pittsburgh in a predominantly Jewish community. Before boarding Air Force One for Indianapolis, the president called the shooting a shame and suggested it would have turned out differently if there was an armed guard at the temple.
So this would be a case for if there was an armed guard inside the temple, they would have been able to stop him. Maybe there would have been nobody killed except for him, frankly.
And we'll have more details on this developing story tonight at 9 on the Fargo CW. A cloudy day here in the valley, but the temperatures have felt pretty mild for this time of year. Let's check in with meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli to see how the rest of our Saturday is shaping up. Justin, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, thank you, Melanie, and good evening, everybody. Yeah, we saw some sunshine this morning, then increasing clouds through the early afternoon with bands of rain making their way through. Right now, temperatures into the mid to upper 40s, depending on where you are, with the bulk of the rain now moving into our Minnesota counties, heaviest and steadiest from, say, Fergus Falls to Detroit Lakes up toward Fosston, and some more rain into the northern valley, and a line of some weak thunderstorms making their way through Ransom, Sargent, Lemoore, and Dickey County. So if you're in that area, even this late in the year, you could hear some rumbles of thunder. Looking at the wind is strongest off to our west from a northwesterly direction, 25 to 35 miles per hour. Everybody's going to get in the wind as soon as the front moves through. We will see a chance of some showers over the next few hours, and then mostly cloudy skies with temperatures falling back into the mid-40s this evening. More sunshine is on the way for tomorrow, and you said seasonably mild. We're going to be into the mid-50s. We should be near 50 this time of year, but we got a big cool down on the way. We'll get into the details coming up.
That's not what I want to hear, Justin.
Hey, we got a few more days of warm air.
Okay, and today, like I said, it felt pretty mild. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was not bad for this time of year, so enjoy it.
Okay, thank you, Justin. A man in the Wahpeton Walmart was captured shopping naked. An eyewitness tells us she saw the naked man shopping for produce around 5 last Thursday. Other witnesses say the same man was seen in Econo Foods in Wahpeton. He was seen wearing shoes and a hat, but no other clothing. We have reached out to police to get more details around the incident, but have yet to hear back. We also gave Walmart a call, but they couldn't comment on what happened.
If young people don't know what they're taking, it could be very harmful to them.
The Moorhead Police Department is teaming up with the Drug Enforcement Administration in hopes of preventing overdoses and addiction in the FM area. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly shows us how collecting unwanted or expired prescriptions could save lives.
There are drugs in there that, like I have rheumatoid arthritis and lupus and things like that, that could potentially be harmful to people if they took them incorrectly.
Ann Ballinger says she's seen the effects of young people misusing drugs firsthand during her 40 years of teaching. And that's why she's taking steps to make sure she's properly disposing of all unneeded prescriptions in her home.
I want to do the responsible thing and dispose of them in a responsible manner.
And on National Prescription Drug Takeback Day, the Moorhead Police Department is giving people a place to take their prescription drugs to combat what they say is a growing problem.
Our nation and our FM area has seen an increase in opioid abuse.
They say removing prescription drugs from your home may prevent abuse of these medications.
It's really important that we get these out of people's homes because we're seeing a lot of thefts and burglaries just for these medications, as well as people illegally using them and causing accidental overdoses.
They want to be sure that the medications lingering in your medicine cabinet aren't causing potential danger.
Medications are prescribed for you and you alone, and it can be very, very dangerous, if not deadly, to use someone else's prescription.
Moorhead Police says disposal of these drugs could not only prevent situations like this, but could save someone's life.
You never know what pill someone's going to take or what bottle someone's going to take.
In Moorhead, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
The community is invited to stop by local law enforcement agencies anytime to responsibly dispose of their prescription drugs. They have an anonymous drop-off box in their lobby year-round. A man in South Dakota could be facing the death penalty if he's convicted of killing a baby. 38-year-old Keith Cornett faces several charges, including murder in the death of his stepson in a Dell Rapids home in December of 2016. An autopsy found 6 blows to his stepson's head and bite marks. Prosecutors filed a notice of intent this week to seek the death penalty if Cornett is convicted. A jury will decide if that sentence is appropriate. An inmate convicted of killing a correctional officer will be executed on Monday. Rodney Burgett is one of 2 inmates convicted in the 2011 killing of a guard during a failed escape attempt at the state prison in Sioux Falls. The other inmate, Eric Robert, was executed by lethal injection in 2012. The inmates beat the guard with a pipe and wrapped his head in plastic. Burgett was serving a life sentence for attempted murder and kidnapping at the time. North Dakota's first approved medical marijuana manufacturing facility says it will have products to sell in December or January. Pure Dakota is one of 2 companies that state health officials selected to operate growing centers, but the other facility, based in Fargo, has yet to receive final state approval. The facility will house 1,000 plants, which is the limit under state law. North Dakota residents can begin applying for medical marijuana registry cards on Monday. Friday was the final debate between Heidi Heitkamp and Kevin Cramer ahead of the November 6th election. It's been a heated Senate race with both candidates looking to gain an edge over the other. But did they cover the issues that matter to you? The debate covered national and international issues, from concerns about Russia and sanctioning Saudi Arabia, but it also included local topics like Social Security and tariffs. In the end, voters tell us it felt like the candidates understood their concerns and could bring them to Washington.
The trade deal was definitely in there. The healthcare was a bonus. Like, I wasn't originally thinking too much about the healthcare aspect, and I loved the veterans.
Both candidates say they won the debate, but the real winner will be decided in November. If you're heading to a Halloween party tonight, the Fargo Police Department wants to remind you to not drink and drive. They're telling people to either drive sober or use a designated driver to get home safely. Research shows 44% of national fatal crashes during Halloween weekend involved a driver or motorcyclist with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. Newly released dash cam footage shows the moment a Texas school bus was swept away in fast-moving floodwaters during last week's flooding. The details are still to come on Valley News Live at 6. But coming up after the break, cold weather may not be good for your heart. Stay with us. We'll have the details next.